Children, good morning. How are y'all? Happy? Busy? And I hope y'all are safe. Okay. Today we have a poem that is The Village School Master. The Village School Master. The name itself says that the school in the village and master is a sir. The person who is talented in all the things, that means in all the ways, all the subjects, then he would have called as master. He is the master. So here in olden days, people were calling the teachers as master. In Kannada, in Karnataka they call master, our nam master. So same here, the village school master was admired and appreciated for his talent. The poet Oliver Goldsmith says about his teacher. How many teachers have taught you? There might be many teachers from KG to first standard, high school, and now till your 8th standard also. You might have learnt from many teachers. Whom do you like the most among them? My favorite teacher was my school or my school days high school teacher. So you also might be having your favorite teacher, and what traits in him or her make you like the person? Teachers hard work, teachers talent, teachers character, teachers discipline, teachers speaking, teachers reading, teachers way of speaking, way of acting, dancing, singing, anything it might be. Some teachers may be having a different quality. Some are very good in all the subjects. Some are very good in singing. So you may be having. I have a teacher, a favorite teacher, my Kannada sir. And I am very much proud about his reading and his discipline in the class and the way of explanation. So this is a story, the poem of a village school. The poet Oliver Goldsmith says about his teacher, that is sir, who was in the school walking through the way where at both the sides it was having a yellow flowers, but not so much appreciated by the people, or not having good smell. This is a school, village schools, and these are fencing. Fencing means ಬೇಲಿ, ಸುತ್ತ ಬೇಲಿ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಬಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. In the villages the fencings are not straight because they will be having leaned. In this poem the fencing was leaned, and on the roadways to come to the school it was having a yellow flowers which was not so good. And he was a sir in the school who was very strict and serious. When children were also very serious in his class, but the teacher was also humorous. Children could understand the mood of the sir by seeing his expressions. The master was very good in expressing his feelings. He had expressive face. Speaker sentiments about a teacher, his teacher. The poet says about his sentiments about his teacher. Speaker lived in the village and the fencing was leaning over the road, who lined with flowers. but they were not admired and appreciated. Master is the respect given by the village people. The poet describes the character and teachings of the master. The poet knew very well about his master. The poet knew very well about his master. The poet missed the classes. Sometimes the poet missed, Oliver Goldsmith missed the classes. At that time, the master was very strict at him, very tough at him. The master had an expressive face and pupils could read his face easily, his mood, whether he was humorous, whether he was serious, whether he was angry. He was very strict for whom they were disobedient. Who were disobedient, the master was very strict at them, and who are fearless. And also sometimes the teacher was humorous. The teacher's greatest flaw was that he loved learning too much. He was humorous, he was funny sometimes, and he was good, he was kind, he was talented, everything. He was strict because of reading. He loved too much learning. Not only the children admired and appreciated, but the villagers also. The villagers also admired the master. All were praising him. He could write mathematics. He could write many literatures. He wrote many. That means he was good in writing, and he was good in mathematics, and he was also good in predicting weather patterns and tides. He was telling the villagers that tomorrow it's going to rain, tomorrow it is, in the future you may be having heavy tides and all. So he was predicting the weather patterns also, and he used to speak or say difficult words when there was a dispute between the villagers and the master. Sometimes it happens in the school, they may be having some disputes. Whenever there were disputes arise in the school, the master used difficult words which were not able to understand by the villagers. And when he lost the dispute, he used very difficult words. They were surprised that how much this master has a talent in his small brain, how much he can contain the knowledge, this much of knowledge in his small head. So this the poet says about his favorite teacher in the school. Let us know who is Oliver Goldsmith. Oliver Goldsmith is one of the best known writers of English literature of the 18th century. He has written a number of poems and novels. Some of his well-known works are The Vicar of Wakefield, The Deserted Village. This poem, The Village Schoolmaster, has also extracted from The Deserted Village, The Traveller, and She Stoops to Conquer. Though Goldsmith was trained to be a doctor, he never practiced. Goldsmith was given a training of to be a doctor, but he never practiced. So he became writer. This is a summary of the poem. And we have here some new words. Yawn, over there. There, that means over there. Ali. What in the first line we can see there. Beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way. Over there was a fencing. Straggling, spread out. What was spread out? The yellow flowers. Skirts, goes round. Goes around the school, there was yellow flowers. Firs, grass. Severe, strict, stern, strict. The sir was very strict with the children, and he was serious. Truant, one who stays away from. So whenever the poet Goldsmith, Oliver Goldsmith, was out of the school. That means he was on leave to the schools, or he was absent to the classes. The teacher, the master used to be very strict to him. It happened with Oliver Goldsmith. One who stays away from school without permission is called truant. Boarding, predicting. He was good in predicting the weather patterns. Trace, mark out. He would mark out what's happening to be, what's going to happen. Days, disaster, misfortune they have to face on that day. He used to say, today it's happening, it's going to rain, it's going to cloudy or something. So he used to predict and tell them, and they used to prepare for it. Misfortune they have to face on that day. Counterfeitedly pretending joy. When the master used to say jokes, the children pretending like joy, but they were not feeling happy or humorous. Dismal, miserable, ought in any degree. In any degree, he was very much strict who were not reading good. Cipher, code, or secret message, like mathematics, codings. He used to solve the coding also. So, cipher 2. Presage, foretell. He used to tell the weather patterns to the villagers. Gauge, measure. He used to measure at what level what is going to happen. Vanquish, defeat. When he was defeated by the villagers in the debates, he used to say or use difficult words which were not able to understand by the villagers. Rustics, villagers. So rustics are also called as villagers people. Let us read the poem. Read along with me. Beside yon straggling friends that skirts the way, with blossomed firs unprofitably gay, there in his mansion skilled to rule, the village master taught his little school. Man-savior he was and stern to view. I knew him well, and every truant he knew. Well have the boarding tremblers learned to trace the day's disaster in his morning face. Full well they laughed with counterfeited glee at all his jokes, for many a joke had he. Full well the busy whisper circling round conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. Yet he was kind, or if there were in aught, the love he bore to learning was in fault. The village all declared how much he knew. It was certain he could write and cipher too. Lands he could measure, terms and tides presage, and even the story ran that he could gauge. In arguing too, the person owned his skill, for even though vanquished, he could argue still. While words of learned length and thundering sound amazed the gazing rustics ran round, and still they gazed, and still the wonder grew, that one small head could carry all he knew. So, where was the school located? The school was located in the village. Who is the poet? Oliver Goldsmith. How was the sir? The sir or the master was very talented. People and villagers and the children were appreciated him, and they were admired of his knowledge and talent. So we will discuss in the next video about the poem, each line, and some question answers. Yes, read the poem again and again, and write down about the poet Oliver Goldsmith in your homework notebook. So, who was Oliver Goldsmith? Oliver Goldsmith was born in Longfield and was educated at the Trinity College, Dublin. He was awarded the degree of Doctor of Medicine, but he never practiced as a doctor. His major works are The Traveller, Vicar of Wakefield, The Deserted Village, and She Stoops to Conquer. This extract gives a character sketch of the schoolmaster who taught the villagers there. It also gives an account of the views of the children and of the villagers of Auburn about the schoolmaster. Yes, thank you for watching and bye for today. Let us meet in the next video for the explanation and the question answers. Bye. Hello children. We are back now for the poem The Village Schoolmaster. In the previous video, we have discussed about your favorite teachers and what are the traits you like in them. Yes, you share this all with your friends and write down in a paper or a notebook about your favorite teacher. What did you like and why you liked them. The first line says, beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way. So, over the school fencing that skirts the way means all round with blossomed firs unprofitably gay. There was a flower. We can see yellow flowers which are not having good smell, and though we won't use them for anything, but it was filled with the flowers. There in his mansion, skilled to rule, the villager master taught his little school. There in his mansion means in his school, skilled to rule. He was the person to rule. He had many rules. The master had many rules in his school. The village master taught his little school. So, where was the school? In the village, and the master taught his little school. What he taught? He taught rules, and he was a good master, gave knowledge. A man sever he was. How he was? He was very strict and stern to view. That means he was very serious. He was strict and serious. I knew him well. The poet Oliver Goldsmith says that I knew him well and every truant knew. Truant means, in the previous video I have told you, truant. Truant means the Oliver Goldsmith was leaving the schools without taking a permission. So the master was very strict on Goldsmith. Well have the boarding tremblers. Well had the boarding tremblers learned to trace. So he was very much shocking, or he was very much strict. Children were shocked of his restrictions. The day's disaster in his morning face. The children could guess his day's disaster. Means the children were able to guess how the master mind is today, or his mood is today, whether he is serious or he is humorous or he is normal. Because his expression, he was having expressive face, he could give the proper expression. The children were able to guess the expression of the master. Full well they laughed with counterfeited glee. The children would laugh, but not really. Counterfeited glee means they used to pretend, act like laughing. It happens many times when a teacher is saying a joke, children could not get it or they won't feel so humorous. Even though they did not understand, they pretend like happy by laughing, false laugh. ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳೋರ್ದು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ counterfeited glee. At all his jokes, for many a joke had he. The master used to tell many jokes, but children used to have counterfeited glee. Full well the busy whisper circling round conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. When the sirs got angry, the children would understand his angry or seriousness, and it was whispering all over the class. ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಾಗೆ ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಯಾರ ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ. It was used to run whole class, conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. Frowned means his facial expression. Yet he was kind, or if they were in art. So the poet Oliver Goldsmith says he was kind at any degree. He was very kind. The village schoolmaster was very kind. The love he bore to learning was in fault. The love he bore to learning is in fault. By mistake, he was very serious in learning because he loved learning. So he was very strict on the children who were not reading or learning, who were not interested in learning. He was very strict to them. The village all declared how much he knew. The children, the villagers all were surprised that how much the master knows. He was certain he could write. He could write stories. And cipher too means he could decode, coding or mathematics. He was very good in mathematics because mathematics applies in every situation of life. So he was good in mathematics also. And lands he could measure. He used to say, guess actually what is that, the measures ಇಷ್ಟದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಈ ಫಟಾಫಟ್. So he was very good in measuring the land's sizes also. And terms and tides presage. So the weather pattern, is it going to have a good strong waves or heavy tides or rain or cloudy or sun rays. So whatever is going to happen, he was very much good in predicting. And even the story ran that he could gauge. So he used to tell a good story also. When there was any dispute or debate on some topics, he was good in arguing to the people. The person owned his skill. The master owned his skill in argument also. For even though vanquished, he could argue still. Even though he lost the debate, he used to use very difficult words to argue with them. While words of learned length and thundering sound, he used very difficult and new words which were very long and new to the villagers. They could not understand the word also, and it was in a very heavy sound. ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಆ ವರ್ಡನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಂತೆ. ಸೊ people were thinking, oh, how the master is talented, very much intelligent. They used to think about it, about the master, but they respected him. They used to the word master. Iವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಸ್ತರ್ ಅರ. Master means he was very talented in all the ways. Amazed, the gazing rustics ran for around. So they were amazing and they were gazing. Gazing means to look in happy. ಓ ಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಅವನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. Rustics means villagers. And still they gazed, and still their wonder grew. And still they gazed. They were looking at the master. How intelligent is he? And they were the wonder. They feel what a surprise it is that one small head could carry all he knew. So a small head. Everyone has the same sizes of head, but some are intelligent, some are not so, because they don't read. The master was good in all the ways, in all the things, in all the subjects. So the people were admired and appreciated the master. They called him master. So this is the poem of a favorite teacher of Oliver Goldsmith. Thank you for watching and keep watching. Bye for today.